Hello, Gemini. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. Gemini, how are you? Thanks so much for clicking here. Look, if you've been here before, if you're my ride or die Gemini, you know what this is about already, right? I'm just going to use the Oracle decks. We're going to find out the overall energy for the week ahead. And then I'm going to hit it up with some tarot. We're going to find out what's going on, give you a little detail, because I know you're all about the details, Gemini. If you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome here. If you decide to stay, there is a subscription button in the bottom right-hand corner of this little box where I live. Welcome to the shenanigans. Let's find out what is going on for you, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. Tell me about the week ahead for Gemini, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. The week ahead is part of February already. Gosh, that went super quick, didn't it? Look, we have a new moon coming up in a couple of days here on the 29th. We're already in that energy. It is a new moon in Aquarius. Tell me what's coming up for Gemini, please, for the week ahead. We have ascending the mountain. Okay, so keep moving forward. I feel like you are heading toward some sort of an obstacle. It's an ascension. So look, the ascensions can be a little tough, whether we're talking about climbing mountains or whether we're talking about spiritual ascensions. Ascension symptoms, you can feel a little exhausted. Maybe you wake up one day, you feel like you're getting a cold. Then in the afternoon, you're feeling fine. You wake up in the morning, you feel like exhausted. Like it can feel like that. Ascension is like all over the place. And what does that mean? It means that you're about to change a vibration. So there's something here that you are getting to the end of. And I'm just going to say, I'm saying this because the new moon is coming up, right? Because new moons are openings of doors or brand new cycles that are opening, brand new chapters, right? So I feel like there's something here that you're at the tail end of. Your tail feathers are still in the gray. And as you pass through the new moon energy, I feel like this is what's going on. If you feel exhausted, it's because you've been climbing in a vibration into another vibration. Keep going forward. Don't give up here. It says here, a view from above. Well, isn't that interesting? Because this is the ascension. This is the ascension. You going through all of the hardship of climbing the mountain just to get to the top. And why? So you can see the bigger picture. That's what's going on here. So just so you can see things from the top down, you are going to get a clearer view as to why all of this is going on. Let's get a little more information for Gemini, please. Tell me about Gemini. For the week ahead, Gemini, I'm always reading for the week ahead, whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year. It will apply to the week ahead. Tell me more. We have peace. Look, when you get to the new vibration, you are going to feel peace, and that's how you'll know you are there. Your third eye is open here, I feel, and it also feels like we got a little bit of a teal color going here, and to me it's a mixture of green and blue, and so that's the green is the heart chakra, the blue is the throat chakra. It feels like somebody's going through an ascension of, you've probably been doing some work on speaking up for yourself, throat chakra, on feeling things, opening your heart to things, feeling your emotions. I feel like somebody here is going into a vibration of peace. And so I feel like you'll know when you're there because you will feel contented. It says, I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. I feel like you are getting yourself out of a negative energy. Somebody here is committed to stop dealing with the negative energy, whether it's friends that complain, family that complains, people that just show up in the comments and pollute the air for everyone else because they're in a bad mood. I feel like that's what you're getting rid of. I feel like you're ascending to some sort of peace because your third eye is open and you've realized it's not even worth raising your blood pressure over, right? We've got self-esteem. I like it. For some of you, getting to the top of the mountain, the view from above is going to show you who you really are. It says, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to deepen the love for yourself. The peace is in the self-esteem. It's knowing your worth and knowing who you are. Self-esteem can't be given to you. You have to work for it, right? And I feel like somebody is ascending to a higher place here where you're going to be in peace in your self-esteem. We have loneliness. Look, the ascensions can be lonely. I'm not going to lie. It says, I know that I'm never alone. And you aren't, right? You can see all of these balloons that are in the sky at the same time she is. She can't see anybody in the balloons, but she's not alone. But she knows she feels alone because she's alone in her balloon, but there's other balloons about, right? So I feel like this, you're going to be getting some sort of a view from above. And I feel like maybe if you've been traveling through this, the ascensions can take a long time. It's not going to be overnight. You just don't pop out of one place and pop into another. It's a process, right? So I feel like it's a process of you having realizations that are taking you to a different level of your life, and it might feel a little lonely. You might have to, put some of those people who are complainers behind the boundaries and just say, look, you can't pollute my air. I'm looking for peace. That's the next vibration I'm going to. I don't want to have people in my life who are going to be complaining. We've got change, right? And so I feel like you're going to feel a significant shift, I want to say, with this change. Again, look at that. We have balloons. You really are ascending here. I really love it. You really are in the midst of an ascension. So I'm going to say hang in there, because I feel like there could be... oh, look at this. Clear the past, heal the present. So that's what you're doing. You're trying to clear past energy. Yeah, and it feels like in order to do that, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to ascend and go to a higher level or version of yourself. We've got standstill. So you might be feeling like, what are you talking about? I've been stuck here for a while. I feel like you're about to feel some movement here. Let's look at some tarot for you, Gemini. Tell me more about Gemini. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Ascending the mountain, huh? Keep going forward. Keep going, Gemini. I know it's tough. You're probably exhausted, but you got to keep going here. Change is hard. Leaving one vibration behind and going to another by yourself is really hard. Tell me more about Gemini. Oh boy, yikes. You're showing up as a King of Swords, yeah. So I feel like you are being very truthful and honest. Your energy, right? In a general reading, it is Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So I feel like you're being really honest with people around you. You just need to keep doing that. Keep doing that. Keep building your boundaries. Keep being honest and truthful, giving factual information. Look, not everybody's going to like you. It's good. You know what you're doing is you're shedding a skin like a snake, right? You're shedding what you don't need. You're growing out of it, and it's showing up as Aquarian energy here. It's showing up as truth and honesty and facing things head on and saying to people, no, you can't bring your negative ass attitude over here and just pollute my life. I feel like you're just being really, really honest with people, because this is a time for you, Gemini, where you're supposed to be at peace with yourself, working on yourself. I feel like you are going to be seeing that you're going to be changing, or that you do have, it says here, you have gifts of the soul. So you might be someone who feels like, okay, well, I knew that was going to happen. Or maybe you have dreams, or maybe you think you should be reading tarot, or maybe you have sort of a psychic notion to you. I feel like all of that is about to change. If you do have gifts, your gifts are about to ascend as well. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, no more arguments, no more fights, no more people who are going to just bitch into the air. I always say to people, if it's out of your control, it's got to be out of your mind and out of your mouth. Like, it feels like you've got people around you who live in a negative energy. And as long as you invite those people into your home, into your life, I mean, you got to create the boundary, right? And I feel like this is a place where you're trying to create boundaries between you and people you have fundamental differences with. And the fundamental differences could be like, I've decided to live my life in peace. I've decided to live my life and pay attention to the positive things and let the negative things go to the wayside. And people will call that toxic positivity. Let them call it whatever they want. If it brings you peace, do it for yourself. I feel like you need peace from this Five of Swords, from the arguments and the fights, and people who would just disagree to disagree just because they want to get a rise out of you here, Gemini. We've got the Strength card. So be strong, because change is coming. I feel like this Strength card is telling me that you know it's going to be hard, and that's why you've been holding yourself back. Tell me what else is going on for Gemini. We've got the Devil energy. Look, isn't that in the appropriate place? Look, it's never coincidence in a reading. It's not. It's sacred geometry, y'all. It is. The universe is telling you here, this is exactly what you're trying to cut yourself away from. Codependency, argumentative people who will just keep, the people who can't do anything about what's going on in the government. They can't do anything about what's going on with their neighbor. They're just polluting the air with things that they have no control over just to complain about it. And so I feel like that's what this energy is. It's an obsessive complaining energy. And so I feel like you finally decided here, I just need some peace. I need some peace from this hard energy here, which is people who are going to be stuck to the Five of Swords. We have the Knight of Cups. It's going to take you some time. I'm going to say go slow. The Knight of Cups is the passive knight and is the one who is on the approach for the right reasons, right? This one's got an Ace of Cups in their hands. They're on the approach for the right reasons, doing the right thing, trying to spread love, right? Showing love to other people. Could be romantic love, but also could be platonic love. But nonetheless, moving slow, right? This is the one who is not going to chase things. This is the one who is going to wait for things to show up and then decide where they're going to go. Like this person is not reacting, they are responding to life. And so it feels like here that it feels like this could be a little bit of your energy. Maybe you do have Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, possibly you don't. But it feels like this Strength card here, it does feel like a little bit of knowing that I can wield the sword, but maybe I shouldn't. And maybe that's the change that you're making, because the sword, these people here, and I think it's a group, these people here are the ones that are always wielding the sword, hitting each other or trying to argue and fight. And I feel like you've been holding yourself back from that, reminding yourself that this is love. Okay, so the Three of Cups tells me that what you want is happiness, but it also tells me that this is what's happening in social situations. So I don't know who you're socializing with, Gemini, but I'm going to say that if there are people in your social circle who belong to the Five of Swords, people who will argue just for the sake of arguing. These are gossipers. These are people who are sowing seeds of intention, like in dissension. Do you know what I mean? Like they're doing it purposefully. They're talking about other people, they're backbiting, they're gossiping, and they're trying to drag you into their hell. Because they're unhappy, they're going to, misery loves company, right? So they're trying to drag you into their hell, right? There's the devil. So I feel like you're too smart for that. I think that's why you're showing up as the King of Swords, whether you are a feminine or masculine. But the Three of Cups tells me it's the group you're hanging out with. Look, you're like the same 5 or 6 people you hang out with. And if you allow them to contaminate your life, you're going to become just like them and you won't even notice it. You need peace from the Five of Swords. Tell me how you're going to get this peace from the Five of Swords here, Gemini. We've got the Nine of Cups. So what you're going to do is you're going to drown out the negativity with positivity. And you know what? It's not about being toxic in your positivity. It's like when you're raising a child. For those of you who don't have children, you may not know this, but when you pay attention to what they're doing right, they tend to do more things right than they tend to do wrong. And I'm not saying don't punish your kids. That's not what I'm saying. Don't discipline your kids. I'm not saying to not discipline your kids, but when you pay more attention to what's going right than what's going wrong, they will tend to go to the thing that is right, because they want to please you, right? So we've got the Four of Wands. This could be family for some of you. This could be the in-laws, the outlaws, right? It could be family, but I feel like you need to approach this situation with stable positivity here with the Nine of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. So it does feel like for some of you, it could be people who you don't really have, like maybe this is a casual relationship you have with these people. Maybe they don't know you very well because we're at the Page of Pentacles. Maybe you just met them. But the Page of Pentacles is not the King of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the beginning of something or the opportunity. This could be a new group that you're hanging out with is what I'm saying. But it also could be somebody, that I feel that you're seeing face to face. And I feel like it's up to you to make different decisions if you don't want to be in the aggravation, because I don't care if they're family. If they're toxic to your life, then you just need to take care of that. You need to say something or you need to walk away. One of the two. Tell me about the Devil, please, and this social group. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. It could be a workplace thing for some of you. It could be a toxic workplace. Absolutely. So it could be a toxic workplace. And if it is, some of you are stuck in a job. I can't just quit my job, Elsie, just because I don't like my boss. Absolutely you can't. But you can just pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to your work. Work really hard. Try and hone your skills. Try and be bigger, faster, better, stronger, and then find another job, right? It feels like with the Emperor energy here that somebody here needs to take control of this toxic workplace, if that's you. For some of you, this is family. Others of you, this is a friend group that maybe you're entering into. But for some of you, it could be this toxic workplace here. Some of you maybe don't want to leave the job because you make enough money. But I feel like for some of you, the Emperor here, this person could be someone who is toxic, who every time you try and leave, they offer you something new, and so you stay. But I feel like, feels like the 8 and the 1 pentacle here is 9. I feel like you're confident enough to do it, is what I want to say. You don't have to go out in a blaze of glory. You're confident and smart enough to do it, Gemini. Tell me about this strength card. The Knight of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Look, for some of you, this could be somebody that you met in a romantic situation. And this person, all they do is complain. Complain about things they have no control over. Complain about their employer. Complain about their family. They'll never tell their family to shut up, but they'll complain about it. So it feels like that kind of energy. So anytime you go to a happy situation, the 5 of Swords shows up, and that's no fun, right? We've got the 2 of Swords. We've got the 9 of Wands. And, the thing is, I'm not trying to buy anybody a break, but the truth of the matter is when somebody's been through a lot of hardship with the 9 of Wands, that's somebody who's been through a lot of trauma, who's really exhausted. They don't really know any other way to express themselves but through possibly being in the 5 of Swords. It feels like you need to put a block up between you and this person, and that person needs to realize that they need to take care of themselves. Maybe for some of you, you're moving away, or maybe this is the positivity that you're throwing at them. This is success and victory, right? It feels like this person feels like they've been blocked by having success in their life, that they've been blocked from love. Like this person is always complaining about something. How do you change the situation here, Gemini? I feel like it's really taking hits in your self-esteem. And I think that once you get to the top of the mountain, because not all of you are out of the vibration, you have to be out of the vibration first before you can look back and say, ooh, that wasn't a place where I wanted to spend much time, right? Tell me what's going to change. How is Gemini going to change the situation? We've got the Knight of Wands. Get the hell out of there. There's no way around. It's only through. King of Cups. Oh, King of Cups and the Knight of Wands and the 4 of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to stand your ground. I feel like you're going to stand your ground and you are going to show them love. I feel like when they present to you with the argument or, I took this risk and it didn't work out, I feel like you are going to give them the stoic self on the surface, that you're going to just look them in the eye and walk away. I don't think you're going to offer anything to the conversation in an effort to bring the 4 of Cups, in an effort to bring the balance to your emotions, right? The King is the one who is good in the storm. So I feel like when the Knight of Wands gets around and everything gets a little bit unstable and, things start to move quickly and things are being said really quickly, I think that you're going to whip out this King of Cups energy. You're going to become stoic and quiet and maybe just sit there and watch it happen. But I feel like if you don't change something, like take action, and that could be what the Knight of Wands is saying too, you need to take action to change. You can't just sit in this toxic energy and expect that you're going to be happy when you leave it. For some of you, the reason that you haven't left this new group, or you haven't left the workplace, or you haven't left this friend that is blocking themselves from a whole bunch of stuff by complaining, doing nothing but complaining, is because of loneliness. You don't want to be excluded. You don't want everybody you don't want to see them doing things on Facebook or Instagram and you're not invited. I think that's the reason why you don't want to change, that you're looking at it as the King of Cups. Look, the King of Cups is also somebody who is like, I love you, but quit being stupid about that. Like the King of Cups is someone who's going to lovingly tell you that's not the way you act. That's not the way you should act. We've got the 10 of Wands. Yeah. We've got the 10 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Fool. I feel like it's going to be in your own time, Gemini. You're going to have to make the decision. It's going to become unbearable. If your plan is to sit there in the corner with a glass of wine in your stoicism, it's eventually going to become unbearable as you're watching everyone else argue with each other, right? I feel like you need to find a way out. I think that you need to change your vibration. And when you do, you'll realize how much better you feel than hanging out with people who are going to complain about work or complain I don't have anything, that I'm being blocked by whatever I'm being blocked by. Yeah, for some of you, it's family. Tell me what the outcome is for Gemini. We've got the Knight of Pentacles. We've got the Four of Pentacles, the Magician. There it is. You're going to find the resources and the skills to shut it off. Shut it down. Four of Pentacles. I'm going to stop giving to the situation. I'm going to stop giving to people. No more resources. I'm not sharing with you. I'm just going to become shut down and shut off. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, and I think that's where you're approaching slowly. It all has to be done in your own time, Gemini. Don't do it because a crazy lady in Canada told you to do it. Do it because it's good for your health, because it's good for your peace, and good for your blood pressure, right? But I feel like you're going to ascend the mountain, and you're going to see the view from above, and you're going to realize that I've got to do something. And I think the Magician shows up to help you just shut it down, shut it off. I think you're just going to disconnect from people here and just start working on yourself. It's all about, well, there you are, the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like Gemini energy here, the Knight of Swords tells me that you're probably going to say something, and then you're going to throw your seeds of intention and go a different way, is what you're going to do. I don't want to put any more work into this. I've put enough work into this. We've got the Seven of Cups, but right now I feel it's unclear. I feel like you are in the Three of Wands, seeing things from a bit of a higher view. I'm going to say you haven't ascended the mountain yet. You haven't gotten out of the vibration, but I feel like the Three of Wands is telling me that you're ready for the ships to come in and give you a little more clarity about what to do next. Because I feel like it's an emotional situation that's very overwhelming for you. And all you want is stability, and you feel stuck there. You feel stuck there. It might be because of the King of Pentacles. Look, it could be somebody is paying for your rent or paying for your house, or it could be you're stuck because of a financial obligation. Maybe you're supporting these people, or maybe they live with you. In that case, you got to pull out your King of Swords energy and, kick some butt and take some names. You know how to do that, Gemini. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'll be back because I'm always back, of course. Have yourself a beautiful week, Gemini, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.